Good morning. My name's Ellie Miriam, and I am the closet quilter. I have recently started English paper piecing, and I've learned quite a few things. And if you're new, I'll share what I've learned and some of the tools I use. I hope this helps you. Now, when I started, I just watched like 100 videos and just realized I have an Accuquilt die cutting system, and they have a die for this. It's a 1-inch hexagon. I mean, they have more sizes, but I chose the 1-inch hexagon, and I got that die, so I use a die cutter. Now, you can buy templates. These are templates. Basically, what a English paper piecing is fabric wrapped around a template, a shape, whatever shape you choose, square, triangle, diamond, hexagon. This is it's 6-sided hexagon, and this is made of paper. This is made of cardboard from a recycled carton of cereal that I used. This 1/4-inch hole was cut with a crocodile at 1/4 of an inch hole cutter. So if you happen to have a crocodile hole puncher, let me see if I can find mine. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the crocodile hole puncher. It's let me see if I can scan out here. Go out? No. Okay, this is the crocodile, and as you see, I have it set at 1/4 of an inch, or no, 5/16. Excuse me, 5/16. It's set at 5/16. Okay, so that's what I do. Now the reason why I like paper is because, as you can see, it's bendable, and from time to time, you need to bend your work. If you're working on a larger piece, like I am here, sometimes when I want to get these two sewn together, I have to fold it. So that just makes it easier for me. But if you're just doing a small piece, cardstock or cereal box, if you don't have a die cutter, you can buy these. You can buy templates by the hundreds. So be sure and do that. I have arthritis, so it's really hard for me to cut things. So the die cutter is essential. So some other things I use. Now this is basically used universally by everybody in English paper piecing. It's called Sewline. It's a glue stick. A lot of people use liquid glue, blah, blah, blah. This is a particular viscosity of glue. I have used many glue sticks, including the famous, which one is it? Well, let me see if I have one here. Oh gosh, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I have a ton of them, in fact. I use them quite often. Here it is. Elmer's. The Elmer's School glue stick. Water-soluble glue stick. That is a different viscosity, and this works much better for English paper piecing. So I will tell you, I learned that. So I have that, and they also have refills for the glue pen. So I have that. I have the seam smasher roller thingy that I've used for sewing, and it helps a lot when you're dealing with seams. Smash them down. That helps. Now, I will say one thing about the needle used. I use a straw needle, you want the thinnest needle possible. Let me see if you can see this. Let me see if I can get something to, okay, see this needle? Let me see if you can see the hole. Can you see the eye? The eye is extremely small. So, I use a threader. I have that handy at all times. It just makes it easier for me. And I use cotton. I started out using polyester thread. I'm a quilter also. I started out using polyester threads, which, you know, I really love, but it broke because I had to pull and mess with it, frayed and pulled and did all kinds of crazy things. So I started using the regular Autofill Mako, right? 30 weight, I think it is. I don't know what it is. But it is really good. It's very strong, and I love it. Comes in all kinds of colors. I have all the basic colors. They do say to get the darkest one of whatever color you're working in. Don't know why that is. So, and I have a nice sharp pair of scissors. For those of you that know Joanne is going out of business and they have great sales, so I picked these up at my local Joann's. They're cute. And I also have this, a snipper. So if I ever, God forbid, have to rip apart pieces, I can get in there with this hook. This has a little hook. And I have this rolling thing I got from Sue Daley's pink little rolling thing. I think I got this at the Fat Quarter Shop, but it comes in handy when you're gluing. You know, you rotate it around. Real handy. So those are my supplies. Like I said, I don't cut these templates. I use a cutter, a die cutter. So if you do cut, you want to get a ruler, pencil, or you can actually go online and print out, you know, pre-printed template sheets, and then just use your scissors for that. Use some paper scissors for that, and that makes it nice. But if you want the stiff kind of, I would suggest buying them in the hundreds. So yeah, these are my supplies that I use. Now, one tip I will tell you when you're doing hexagons is the glue. Everybody has their own method of doing it, but I use a method where I just put the glue in the corner. Okay. I don't use these. These are cereal box things. But for right now, I'm working on a beautiful piece that let me see if I can find this. Okay. This is a piece I'm working on. It's really nice, and I'm making sections here. And now when I'm doing this, I will tell you, let's see here. I have a piece of cloth that I have cut. Okay, my hexagon. Right? So I have a hexagon, or here's a piece. Okay? Now, if I want to glue that, you start out, like I said, English paper piecing is fabric wrapped around a template. This is a template, couple templates actually. It's a few, quite a few. So there. Okay. I need, this one's defective. This is defective, that's defective, these are defective. Ooh, get rid of those. This one, you want to make sure your templates are good. Okay, this one looks good. Okay, we'll use this one. All right, there's a template. Move these aside. We'll talk about storage later. I've learned quite a bit in the last few weeks. I am retired, so I just have a lot of time. I can get rid of my scissors. Okay, now, 3 things you need. Template, fabric, and glue stick. Okay, so turn this upside down, working on the wrong side. Center it, find out. Now you should have about 1/4 of an inch or more, depending if you rough cut it or you have an Accuquilt. So, the glue stick, about that much, so I have an edge. Now what I do, a lot of people glue in a line just far enough away from the edge so the needle doesn't get glue on it when you're stitching. More about that later. But I do the corners, so there's absolutely no glue in the middle. So I just take a drop of glue on each corner. You see that? See, there's just a little bit of glue there. And then I just take it over, snug it down like that. Then I can turn this and get my glue back out. Okay, get that snugged up. It's on the edge, just a drop of glue like that and like that. Snug it down, pushing it to the edge so you get a nice crisp edge. Drop of glue, drop of glue. Just on the edges, the corners, excuse me, not the edges. Okay, corners. Now this does make it a little difficult for the corners, but that's okay for me. I'll show you why. Because when I do my stitching, the corners are where I do a thing called a knicker knot. It's actually, the reason why they call it a knicker knot is because I think Sue Daley did that. She's from Australia. And knickers are underwear, right? Lingerie. So it's a lingerie knot. But for you and me, it's a slip knot. Just between you and me, it's a slip knot. So there you go. You've got a hexagon ready to go. And that hole makes it real easy to get this template out. You just take a pencil, pen, scissors, just flip it out. Okay? That's why I have the hole. So there is your hexagon. Okay? Now, when you have 2 hexagons and you want to sew them together, okay, let's take a hexagon here. Let me find one. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Okay. Let me find a rogue hexagon. Okay, I had them all here. I had one. Where is it? I just had it. Can you believe this? When you need something, you can't find it. Go Go figure. Okay, so I'll make another one. All right, fine. Be that way. Okay, there we go. That's the story of my life. I mean, you know, I find something and... Okay, this might work. Let's see. Yes, that will work. Okay. See this white part? That's not going to be a problem. Oh, here. It would help if I was in camera, right? Okay, I'm new to this. This is a new setup for me. This DIY. Okay. There. Okay. When I cut this, it got the white part. Now, some people do this. They take the glue and make a dot on the template to hold it. Okay, that's easy. So, what I'm going to do is, again, I'm putting it on the template, not on the fabric. That's another tip. No glue on the fabric. You want as little glue on that fabric as possible. So, sorry about these camera shots. I'm really trying. But I'm learning, you know. I'm actually a quilter, so my setup in the studio is much better. This is not my studio. I'm in a closet. Hence the name, the Closet Quilter. I really am in a closet, which is nice. Like, it helps me focus. I'm not so distracted. But yeah, it's great. I have a cutie frame and a mid-arm. It's really wonderful. I love it. So, there we go. You can check out my videos on this YouTube channel. So there. All right. Now, another. So we have 2 hexagons. Now I'm going to put my glue stick away. Now I'm going to put the cap on so it doesn't dry out, okay? So I have 2 hexagons. I want to sew them together. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times when you look at people's English paper piecing, you can see all the little stitches. I don't like that. That's not for me. So I found a way to avoid that. And there's been a lot of blowback about using this particular stitch. I've heard they said, oh, it's not strong enough. But what I do is I put knicker knots on the corners. Okay, so that holds it really well. And this works for me. So I'm gonna get my thread, my coordinating thread. I try to get one that's coordinating. Now, these are kind of dark, and this is, as you can see, it's on the lighter side. You're supposed to go darker, but I didn't have a navy thread handy, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to get my threader out, and I'm going to get my needle, my little straw needle, put the eye side down. For those of you that have never used a threader, this is much easier. Ta-da! Can you see that? Ta-da! All threaded. Now, okay, let's put that away. Put that away. Now I'm going to show you how I do a quilter's knot. Now, quilter's knot is very easy. For those of you that are not quilters, this is your needle. Okay, this is your needle. I have the thread. I'm holding it parallel. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. There. Can you see this? I'm holding it parallel, like, so there's a loop. And I just wrap it around 8 times. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And then I get it like this. It's just better. There. I bring it on down. I'm pinching it and I bring it down. Oh, I didn't pinch it. Okay, there. Bring it down to the end, and it makes a beautiful knot. Okay, that's a quilter's knot. Simple, easy. Now, here we go. Now, what I want to do is sew these together. So I'm going to do right sides together. Okay. And they're lined up. Now, I'm going to do the knicker knot first. First, I want to get this in the corner of one of the hexagons, okay? So I'm going to take my needle and go up through. Can you see this? Let's see here. Can you see that? Okay, I'm up in the corner, and I'm going to hide my knot in the corner. There. Bring that over, and it's hidden. Ta-da! Okay, now I'm going to make a knicker knot. I'm going to go all the way through, taking 2 or 3 threads from each hexagon, each corner, there. And I'm going to put the needle halfway through. See? It's only halfway. Now, the way you make a knicker knot is, and it's knicker knot, just so you know. I'll say lingerie. So you take the short tail, wrap it around from the left, and you take the long tail at the bottom of the needle, wrap it around the right, and then you pull it on through. And that makes your slip knot. It's for all intents and purposes a slip knot. See that? Pull that tight. You're done. It's stable. Now, the stitch I use is called a flat ladder stitch. I want this to be together, just like that. Now, you can use, I have used tape in the past to hold it, but I won't do that today because I can't find my tape. There's a very good reason for that. Okay, oh, here's some tape, maybe. No. Yeah, okay, here's some tape. You can turn this over, okay, on the side where the right sides are. You can tape it with painter's tape if you feel the need to, okay? You can do that. Okay, now we have it in position, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle through the flaps. I'm going to go under the flap, okay? And sometimes you have to gently lift it up, okay? And you want it poking out the next side. You want it to go through this straight. That's why they call it a straight ladder stitch. It's a straight ladder stitch. And you're going to go this way, then you're going to go this way, then you're going to go this way, and so on. So here we go. We've got our knicker knot. The edge is completely stable. So I'm going to go as close as I can through the other side. Now there might be a little glue, but you know you're successful when it comes out. See how it's poking out the other side? See, it's poking out now. That means you're successful. You have successfully done a ladder stitch. A straight, flat ladder stitch. That's what this is. A straight, flat ladder stitch. Not to be confused with a regular ladder stitch. It's a straight, flat ladder stitch. And this will give you the desired effect. Now see, that's not right. You have to get it down in there. There. See, it's poking out. Success. Now this is also the safest stitch. you won't get poked. Which is more than I can say for the whip stitch, because I got poked so much with the whip stitch. I hated it. So, and I saw my stitches, which may or may not be user error. See, it's poking out. I don't know. I'm not completely convinced. Now, I have seen some people do this in hand with the sides together like you're doing a whip stitch, but I haven't done that. And the trick is to do straight, because then you will not see the stitches. Now you understand why I put the glue on the corners, right? Because this way there's no glue. And once you get going on this, it's very fast. And extremely satisfying. You will definitely not see these stitches. And wait till you see what it looks like. It will blow your mind. You literally don't see any stitches. What you're doing is basically a running stitch underneath the flap, but I don't care. Someone said that it's not stable, it's not strong enough, but the knicker knot really is the difference. Doing the knot on the end, on the corners really makes it so you're pretty much safe. This is not coming out. Believe me, it's not coming out. I hope you can see this. I hope I keep it in camera. I'm not really paying attention. I'm obviously looking at the needle. Watching the needle. Oh. Keep missing it. Okay. There. There. Okay. Now sometimes you're going to catch the paper, but most of the time you won't. Okay, this is the last stitch. Oh, caught the paper. You can tell when you're catching the paper because it really has a lot of resistance. So, and you want to make it straight. This is near the corner, so you're going to get some glue. So, let me lift this up just a tad. There. That will make it easier. There. Yeah, that part's usually pretty tricky. Okay, one more stitch, and then we'll be at the corner. And this is always the hardest one because this is where the glue is. Okay, I'm going to have to lift that up just a little. Lift it up there. There, it should go through just fine. There. Oh. Oopsie. There. Okay, now I can do the knicker knot. take the tape off. Do you see this? Absolutely no stitches. You can't see one stitch. It's really amazing. I love it. Compared to what I see others doing sometimes, which is fine, I guess. You know, they're experts. I mean, these are very experienced English paper piecers, so who am I to, you know, say anything? But I like this look much better. Okay, now what I want to do is go up to the corner so I can do my knicker knot. I want to go up to a corner there, one of the hexagons, so I can start working on the knicker knot. Okay, now I'm on this corner. See where I'm at? So I'm gonna go halfway through, just taking a little tiny bite, little tiny 2-3 threads like that. Can you see that? Okay, halfway through. Now I'm going to take the short tail. I'm going to find the short tail. There it is. Okay, I'm going to take it around the left side. I'm going to take the bottom tail, which is here at the bottom of the needle. I'm going to take it around the right side. Now I'm going to pull that through, and it is going to make a beautiful slip knot, or what Sue Daley calls a knicker knot. Done. I'll do 2 of those just to make sure. I probably should have done this on the wrong side, huh? So the knot doesn't show. I'm such a silly girl. Okay, let's go on the other side. We'll do it on the other side. You should do this on the other side. Okay, so there and there. Halfway through. There. I'm going to pull the short tail. Here's the short tail around the left side, and I'll take the bottom one around the right side. And here we go. There. The knot is in there. I can cut this. There. And no one will be the wiser. There you go. Look at that. That is the flat ladder stitch. Beautiful. See that? That is just gorgeous. I love it. Anyway, that's how I do mine. That's how I stitch mine together. I hope this has helped you in your English paper piecing adventures. And thank you for stopping by the Closet Quilter.